Hey there, it's Steffi Funk here with your weekly episode of Urban Shamanism, where I give you the sacred energy tools for an extraordinary life in the concrete jungle. So I did a video recently about tantric truth, and in it I talked about the fear dragons I have to walk through in being extraordinary, which, as we discussed, is the ultimate vulnerability, right? Because you're putting yourself out there. And that theme had a lot of comments and interest, so I decided to devote the next 7 weeks to a series specifically devoted to each of the 7 fear dragons. Because when we are aware of them, they have no power over us, and we are able to look them dead in the face and do the thing our heart is telling us to do anyway. And this current climate seems like a really great time to do a deep dive in the fear dragons, what they are, how they operate, how they show up in your life, and most importantly, how to slay them. Especially because the most important quality we have right now is reliance on our hearts to guide us and lead us. We are living in a chaotic climate where we are questioning everything, rightfully so. So if we're looking outside of ourselves for the answers, we're fucked. We have all the answers within. And as you neutralize the fear dragons, you are free to take your next inspired action in line with spirit, which is what the world needs right now. It's especially hard because the next inspired action often doesn't feel like what everyone else is doing. So if we aren't aware of this and how the fear dragons play in, we become like sheep following the herd, operating asleep instead of awake. Your heart has all the answers you need. Everything you seek is already inside of you. And you have a joy meter, something in your heart that tells you if something feels expansive and enlivening, even if it's a little scary. Don't worry, I'll give you tools for that. Versus constricting, deadening, should, must, have to, obligation. The fear dragons want you operating over there. So first, you have to have awareness. What are the fear dragons? They are a very normal part of your hero's journey here on the earth plane. What fun is a hero's journey without some dragons to slay? They are designed to keep you small, off track, distracted, and away from your higher purpose, which is simply to create for the sake of creating, for the joy of it, pouring your flavor of spirit medicine into the world and receiving all the abundance and freedom that comes with doing that. They above all keep you lost in the lie of separation that has you believe that you are not spirit, when in fact you are. So my whole purpose is to help you remember who you really are and what you came here to do. And knowing about the fear dragons will make you that much more effective in that spiritual awakening. So first, how do you know if a fear dragon is at play? Easy. You feel bad. If you feel any variation of bad, mad, or sad, or had, or just plain shitty, you can be sure a fear dragon is trying to take you out of the game. The fear dragons are very tricky because they will masquerade as you or other people. But it is important to remember they are not you. You are a divine being. If it doesn't feel good, it's not you. The dragons are based on unintegrated trauma from your childhood, which is further based on karmic patterning and the lessons your soul set up for your highest evolution in this lifetime. They are simply maladaptive mechanisms we developed when we were too young to know any better, and they keep us safe, small, stuck, via limiting beliefs. Their survival depends on you believing in them, and they feed off your attention. But it's important to know they are just not true. The closer you are getting to your divine purpose, to rising into your power, to being extraordinary in the world, the fiercer they get. So if they are especially vicious, it's actually a good sign that you are on the right path. They were designed to make the game interesting and to give us something to transcend for our soul's growth. So don't resist them, embrace them. What fun is life without a little challenge? Resistance is futile. There are 7 dragons, and every fear or negative emotion you've ever experienced is based off of one of these. The first, the impatience dragon. The fear of not having enough time, or fear that things aren't happening fast enough, a lack of faith in divine timing, and FOMO also falls into this category. Then the greed dragon, fear that there isn't enough and looking for love in all the wrong places. The self-sabotage dragon, which is fear of failure and the fear of success. The victimhood dragon, a fear of being unworthy. The arrogance dragon, a fear of being judged, so we judge first. The self-deprecation dragon, a fear of inadequacy. And the stubborn dragon, a fear of change. Over the next 7 weeks, I will walk you through each dragon, what subconscious fear drives the dragon, how to recognize when that dragon shows up in your life, and most importantly, specific tools for disarming that dragon. But first, here's this week's inner shaman practice. Just notice the dragons. Notice when you are lit up to do something and then you start doubting yourself or talking yourself out of it, like everyone else is doing that. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody will understand. She must not like me. I will fail. I will be judged. I couldn't possibly do that. I don't have enough time, money, resources, connections. Because your very awareness is the first step in neutralizing them. So take a journal this week and write them down so you can see how much they are at play in your life, keeping you small, unfulfilled, in the stands, and out of the game, off the court, right? So then bring that journal with you to next week's video so you can understand which dragons those fears really represent, how they are taking you out, and most important, yes, how to look them dead in the face and do the thing anyway, knowing you are safe, because you are safe. You are a child of God, no less than the moon and the stars. You only feel like you have to protect yourself because these fear dragons feel real, but they're not. So let me know below, as I've described the dragons above, which 1, 2, or 3 show up most prominently in your life? How do they impact you? Your simple awareness is huge. Till next week, when we talk about the first dragon, the self-sabotage dragon. Here's to your greatness. See you then. Oh, P.S. Yes, I do have a freebie for you that outlines all 7 of these dragons and tools for slaying them. So grab your copy by going to steffifunk.com/fear dragons. That's STEFFIEFUNK.com/fear dragons, one word.